What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And as you saw, I got the Poseidon right behind me and I pointed out to something that I'm gonna be replacing. Before I show you, please subscribe. If you're new here, also please subscribe, turn the notification bell on, that way you don't miss any future content. And I will leave affiliate links for all these products that I'm gonna be using on the description below, but you can also check my Amazon web store. And other than that, let's get right into it. So, as you guys can see, I have a square taper Crankset over here. I already have my own pedals in here. This is a pro wheel and it's supposed to be a seal bearing bottom bracket, which is perfect. But I like the looks of the Halotech better, and this is what we're gonna be doing. So I have this IXF. This is the first ever Halotech bottom bracket that I bought, and I had this one for a while on my, where was it? Maybe the Mongoose Blackham. And then when I strip it down to, because it's still for sale, but I'm probably gonna be doing something else for that one. So make sure you stick and subscribe and turn the notification bell on, because I'm gonna be doing something to that one, because it hasn't sold and I'm not gonna let it go for cheap. So I had actually put this one into my wife's aluminum comp build, and if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that one out. But since in order to get a decently priced chain ring with a because this is a 38 tooth, and I wanted to keep it as a 38, maybe go a little bit higher, but I couldn't find a 40 or a 42, and I've been seeing some posts that going more than 40 is actually gonna cause some problems over here on the chainstay. So I went ahead and ordered a 38, however an oval one. So this is gonna go right here on the IXF crankset. This is a 104 BCD, so 4-bolt, and I could just put this one in here if I wanted to, but like I said, I'm gonna actually replace this Halotech this square taper with the Halotech bottom bracket. But like I said, if you just wanted to do like a quick upgrade, you could just swap it up and put it right here. So I'm gonna keep it at 38, that way I don't have to do any modifications with the chain or anything like that. Bolt this into my IXF crankset, and these are usually pretty cheap, up to this price tooth range, which is a 34 in this, 38 in this case. And I got it for less than $12, $9, something like that. So check them out. I'll leave affiliates in the description below. So what I'm gonna be doing right now is actually removing this crankset bottom bracket and install the new ones. So let me show you a few of the tools that I'm gonna be using. First of all, I'm gonna need to remove this cap right here, which I guess I gotta hold the crank. So this is an 8mm in this case. And then I'm gonna be using my crank arm puller to pull the two cranks. After that, I'm gonna be using my bottom bracket puller to pull the bottom bracket out, and then I will install my new bottom bracket with the bottom bracket tool. You don't have to, I'm just gonna time lapses because I have plenty of videos doing the same thing, so you don't have to like be here and wait 15 minutes while I do this. And other than that, let me set the camera, time lapse it. And if you have not seen the video where I installed this lever dropper post, make sure you check it out. $59.90 on Amazon, affiliate in the description as well. Let me set the camera, let me set the time lapse, and let's go do this real quick. Alright, so as you can see, I'm almost done installing the new Halotech bottom bracket, crankset, and chain ring. However, I think I just ran into a small little problem, and this is something that I saw on the Facebook Poseidon group. Let me show you. So right here, there's a cap that you use it to pull it in. However, I was able to tap it in with the mallet and be able to get a little more a few more threads exposed. However, that's kind of like a a little over a quarter of an inch between the spindle and the actual teeth right here. And on the other side, I don't know how well you can see that, but I put in one spacer. I usually always run one spacer, and that's my question. What will you do? If we look at the chain line, the chain ring is literally in line with the smallest cog. And I think I'm gonna remove the spacer. That way the chain ring is not lined up with the smallest cog, because when I'm climbing, it'll be way too twisted. Way too twisted. So I'm gonna remove that spacer right there, and hopefully that will take care of the problem. Let me do that real quick. I'm gonna do it off camera and show you if it actually made any difference. All right, so I went ahead and removed the spacer, and let me show you. At the smallest cog, it did not make a whole lot of difference, but now that I'm on the largest cog, look at that chain line. I don't like it. I'm hardly ever on the lower gears. I usually use the higher gears because it's mostly flat where I use it, but that chain line, I don't like it. Now I know that there's something else that I can do, and I usually don't do it because of aesthetics, but I'm gonna try and run this chain ring but on the back. I always like to run it on the front because I don't like the way it's notched out, but it seems like in this case I'm gonna have to run it on the back. Hopefully there's enough clearance right here, and that will push it a whole lot better. So let me do that off camera. All right, so we got this thing done. I went ahead and mounted the chain ring behind it. There's still a few millimeters of clearance between the chain ring and the chain stay, which I'm not too concerned about unless I ride through mud, but I don't think that's gonna be the case, not on this bike. And the only thing that I don't like about this IXF is the notch right here, which luckily for me, when I put it on my wife's Alcomp, I went ahead and painted this because this was bare metal, so at least that kind of covers it a little bit. I know there's some other brands that have this machine differently so that it looks more natural. I might end up getting one of those. I don't know, we'll see about that later. But for now, my chain line is a little bit better, so now it's a little bit off center from the smallest cog. But if I shift, let me go ahead and see where it is lined up right in the middle. So right there I'm on the third smallest one, and that seems to be pretty, maybe one more, maybe in the middle, like on the fourth, not on the middle, maybe on the next one up, it'll be straight up center with the chain ring, which is exactly what you want. You want the chain ring to be like lined up in the center. So let me see how it looks once I have it on the largest cog, on the smallest gear. So there you go, the chain is normally twisted. This is what we're looking for. So now, again, on the smallest cog, there's a little bit of a twist, but it's fine. This is perfectly normal, and it's looking way better. So this thing looks way better. It's gonna be saving a little bit of weight over here, so that's a good thing as well, especially because we gained a little bit of weight with the dropper post. Again, if you have not seen that video, make sure you watch that one. But things to know. Once, if you have an oval chain ring, the elongated side goes opposite to the crank. So this is like the egg part right here, the top and the bottom of the egg, and it goes opposite to the chain ring, to the crank. So that's something that you gotta know. Lube everything up. Once you lube the shaft, it'll go in nice and easy. We all know that, right? So those are the things to remember. And then to take off the bottom bracket, you move towards the front of the bike. To take it off, move towards the front of the bike. That's for both sides. So on this side, you're gonna righty, loosey. And to tighten it up, both of them go towards the back of the bike. This one is pretty simple to see because it actually has a little bit of a little arrow in there pointing in the direction where you need it where you need to tighten, and it tightens to the back. So to remember, it's super easy. They're marked, so you tighten to the back, loosen towards the front, loosen towards the front. Now, something that I was a little bit surprised and I was not expecting is how dry the bottom bracket was, especially on the inside, and also that I found a lot of shavings inside the bottom bracket. At this price point, I do not expect any of this. However, they were there, so a little bit of more quality control could be good for this bike manufacturer, something that they should take a look into and make sure that they actually doing it right. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I have not yet done a review on this bike. I will have to take this on the trail. I just want to put some miles on it to tell you exactly what I think, and then I will be making a review on it pretty soon. Yes, the review, I mean, because the changes that I have done so far, this change doesn't necessarily affect the performance. The only thing that I have changed already is the wheel set. You probably already seen that video, but this is exactly what I wanted for on the Redwood. So other than that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, or if you're new here, please subscribe and turn the notification bell on, that way you don't miss any future content. I will leave affiliate links for all these products in the description below, and also for the other brand crank arm, or you can check those on my Amazon web store. You'll find everything in there as well. And other than that, that is gonna be it for today, guys. And I guess I'll see you on the trails. Let's ride. Goodbye.